Series 2, Episode 2, Field Bets. Hey everyone, it's Mike. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm continuing on with Series 2 of our basic craps strategy. In Episode 1, we covered the place bet. This is Episode 2. We're going to cover the field bet. And in Episode 3, we're going to use the field bet and the place bet to do a basic strategy called the Iron Cross. Okay? So, first question that we need to understand is, what is a field bet? So, on the craps table, in between your pass line and your don't pass line and your come line, you will have an area called the field. And it has a lot of numbers in it. It has the 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then as an enticement, the casino says, we will pay you double whatever you put in the field. We'll pay you double if you roll a 2, and we'll pay you double if you roll a 12. There's even some casinos out there that will pay triple if you roll a 12. So it kind of looks very enticing. But you need to really understand what this bet really is, how many ways there is in play to win it, and how many ways there are in play to lose it. Okay? At first glance, it looks like you're going to win on a 2, a 3, a 4, a 9, a 10, 11, and 12. Well, that only leaves the 5, 6, 7, and 8. Only 4 numbers that you can lose, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7? 7 numbers you can win, and only 4 you can lose. That sounds like a pretty good deal. But let's take a look at this. First of all, the way that you play a field bet. This is a self-service bet, which means you don't put money in the come area and ask the dealer to put it in the field. You actually put your bet in the field. So if I put $10 in the field, I would just manually put a $10, two $5 chips in the field. Okay? This is a one-time bet. It's either going to win or it's going to lose. Okay? So it will win 1 for 1. So if you put a $10 bet in, you will win $10 if you roll any of these numbers in the field. And you'll win double if you roll a 2 or a 12. Okay? Now, if you're a numbers person, I just found this on the internet. The field bet has a house advantage of 5.5%. I don't really care what that means, but some people really get into these percentages, and they'll say that's a pretty high number for the house. Now, your chances of winning are 44%. How they calculate that? Here's how they calculate it. Look at this table. This is the total possible combinations when you roll 2 dice. Okay? If you roll 2 dice, the chances of you rolling a 2, there's one combination, and that's what they call snake eyes. A 1 on one dice and another 1 on the other dice, or die. Okay? Same thing with the 12. There's only one combination to roll a 12. You have to roll a 6 and a 6. Okay? This is another table that you're going to want to at least have available as a reference. You don't have to memorize it, but it doesn't hurt. So if you want to roll a 3, you can roll a 1 and a 2, or you can roll a 2 and a 1. So there are 2 combinations. To roll a 4, you can roll a 1 and a 3 and a 1, and a 2 and a 2. So there's 3 combinations. Okay? So why does the field bet look so enticing with all of these numbers, and yet you're still only a 44% chance to win this bet? Okay, let's look at the way you win and the way you lose. So your chances of winning are 44.4%. Okay? That's the way And how do you come up with that number? Let's look at the number of ways you can win. You win on a 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So if you add up the 2, the 3, the 4, the 9, the 10, the 11, and the 12, there are 16 ways that you can win. How many ways can you lose? You lose on the 5, the 6, the 7, and the 8. So 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 6 is 15, plus 5 is 20. There are 20 ways for you to lose, and there are 16 ways for you to win. So even though this looks like there's a lot of numbers out here, there's only 16 combinations of these numbers that you can win on. And the numbers that you lose, the 5, the 6, the 7, and 8, there are 20 combinations of those bets. So there's 20 ways for you to lose this bet. That's why you only have a 44% chance of winning this bet. Some people say don't play the field because there's obviously more ways to lose than to win. Okay? But a lot of strategies utilize the field bet to help you cover more numbers and help you get more action. Recall in our last video we talked about dead rolls. If you're playing $10 on the inside for $44, you have the 2, the 3, the 4, the 10, the 11, and the 12 are dead rolls. If you roll those numbers, you don't win, but you don't lose. There's a lot of discussions and a lot of opinions that you want to win, at least have an option to win on every roll, because statistically that bad number, that 7, will roll once every 6 rolls. So you want to at least have 5 chances to win out of those rolls, because 1 out of every 6 is going to be the 7 out, which is you're going to lose. So you don't want any dead rolls. So if a number besides a 7 rolls, you want to get paid on that, because eventually you're going to roll the 7 and lose. So you don't want dead rolls. And the way that you can avoid dead rolls is by placing inside bets in addition to a field bet. So if I was to put $10 in the field, now look at my options here. I win on a 2, I win on a 3, I win on a 4, I win on a 5, I win on a 6, I win on an 8, I win twice on the 9, I win on the 10, I win on the 11, and I win on the 12. So this combination of place bets and field bets gives you an opportunity to win on every number that you can roll except the 7. Okay? So that's the reason why some people will incorporate a field bet into their strategy. A field bet by itself, you have a 44.4% chance to win it. Okay? Now, if you've ever gone to the casino and stood at the table and watched, and you see someone looking at the table and he sees a lot of 5s, 6s, and 7s and 8s being rolled, the losing numbers, in their mind they're thinking the next roll has got to be a field bet. So what they'll do is they'll go ahead and put $100 in the field. They may not have bet at all. They just walk up to the table, they put $100 on the field bet, they roll a 10, they win $100, they pick up their winnings, and they leave. I see it all the time when I'm at the casino. You got to remember, the dice do not have a memory. They do not remember what was rolled last or first or 5 rolls ago. They don't remember any of that. Every roll of the dice has the same chances of rolling a a number, a good number in the field, or a bad number, a 5, a 6, a 7, or an 8. And you would lose that bet. So don't get convinced that a field number is due because they've rolled a bunch of non-field numbers in a row. It just doesn't work that way. But you can think it if you like. But that's the field bet. Okay? I'm not going to play this strategy here because this is a different strategy than I want to play. I'm going to finish this episode at this point, and then the next video, which will be episode 3, we're going to use the place bets, particularly on the inside, along with a field bet, and we're going to show a strategy that incorporates both of those bets, and that strategy is called the iron cross. Okay? Now, you remember I showed that the 9 wins in both the place bet and the field bet? Sometimes you can take this bet down so you don't have a chance of losing that extra $7 if you roll a 7, or that extra $10, and you still have all the numbers covered. So 5, 6, 8, and a field will cover every number on the table except for the 7. And that's what we're going to use for our next episode 3, the iron cross. Okay? So that's going to be it for the field bet. I hope that explains it. Hopefully everyone's having a great day. And as always, thanks for watching.